Curse of Aros, Episode 1. Let's get it. Definitely a mobile game that I'm currently playing on PC. As you can tell by my WASD, I got my loadout down here, once you'll see in a bit. But a mobile game that doubles as an MMO. Not really that big yet. From what I can tell, the guys put quite a lot of time into this game, and there's a decent player base, and I would highly recommend this to anybody who likes this style of game as well as wanting to play mobile. Like, I've probably put, I don't know, something crazy in. Probably, oh, I gotta get salt. I think I put in something like probably 20 hours on my main account so far, but as you can tell, I've already woodcut, fished, and cooked, and soon I will mine. Gotta start out with the copper, just like every other game. Get 2 copper and then 2 tin. Very RuneScape-esque. I'm not gonna say he stole it from RuneScape, but I'm definitely gonna say that he stole it from RuneScape. Smelt some copper bars. Shit. What was it supposed to do too, apparently. Boom. And then kill some bats. Just button mash. My dog's currently barking at something. Again. What is with every time I try to do a video, my dog just growling at something? What are you growling at? The ground. Nice. She's got 2 brain cells and she's using them to fight a frickin' bug. Let's see what you're made of. 1 more bat. Boom. Done. As you slay monsters, you'll get stronger and stronger. Time to channel your inner wizard. Just button mash. You can also key set, like I set this key to F, because it's right beside WASD. But definitely a game where I could sink a lot of hours in, just grinding, talking about random shit. And just like any other video that I've created, sucking. Which is the key to success in pretty much every game that I've played, is how many times can I die before I realize that I'm just not good at it. As you can tell by these level 1s that are clapping my cheeks. Oh, there we go. Normal or lone wolf? Okay, so God, lone wolf or normal mode. So I think for simplicity, we shouldn't do normal. What's our username? That guy. 46920. Oh, that actually worked? Damn. Okay, good start. So let's see what we got. Okay, so first thing we're gonna do, because we don't get boosts, so let's put all of our stuff in the bank. Okay. And we are going to do something quick here. We're gonna take this pickaxe, we're gonna take this axe, and we're gonna start by creating our loadout. So if I hold down 1, pickaxe, hold down 2, axe. So now I've got my loadout bar down here. So if I put my axe on, spacebar, boom, I can start mining. There we go. Okay, now I can mine some copper and some tin. So first things first, we gotta get to level 10. We gotta get we got to get some copper done here, because basically to start the game, mining and blacksmithing is going to be 90% of our combat, because magic is very expensive compared to melee. So I highly recommend starting out with melee to start, but until then we are going to mine some tin. I think we'll probably do a load of tin and then a load of copper, and we'll just see where we go from there. I guess I could stay down here. I don't really need to go up there. Oh, the mine grind. So similar to other games, every 10 levels except for level 40, I think, they have tiered progression in terms of materials that you can use. So, God, start out with bronze. Iron comes at level 10. Steel comes at level 30. 40. No. What's the level tier? 30's crim steel. So it's 5? I don't know. Fuck. God, my brain cells are firing at all cylinders right now. I just put NOS in my nose. AKA Kiva's fur. She's done barking at the bug, though. I keep saying it's a bug, but I'm pretty sure she's just seeing things. I couldn't see anything. She looks very adorable over there, just staring at me. But yeah, so... Okay, now we got some tin. We got what? 12 tin. Okay, so we'll go in here. Put this down here. Put that somewhere there. Okay, so we'll put the tin in. 12 tin, good start. And we'll go 12 copper. These, by the way, these are the two most efficient rocks you can find for copper and tin, as of what I know. Right as you start out, they're within basically view of the initial spawn chest. So I highly recommend you stick it out here, even if it's not the most ideal position to be in, because there's a ton of shit going on. I mean, who cares, really? As long as it happens quickly. Man, ice caps are really good when it's 40 degrees outside. So then you go in here, you can look at your skills. Right now I'm level 5. Maybe iron's level 5. Maybe I lied about that. Starting off strong, you know. Huh. Okay, so when you play in lone wolf mode, you have to make all your own shit. Okay. Like, literally. They don't even have the starter stuff in here. Okay. Okay, there we go. So good start. We got 12 copper, 12 tin, and yeah. So that's how we're gonna do that. We're gonna have to make copper then. So what we're going to do is put the axe in the bottom corner. We're going to sit here and mine for a bit, because we need a full set of gear. Ideally full set of copper gear. Or bronze gear, sorry. We don't necessarily need much, because it's not going to take us long to level up. But if we start off with a full set of gear, we can also exchange the gear in our bank system, because the bank layout is quite annoying, to say the least, because whenever you deposit an item into the bank, you have to physically take it from wherever you want it, or from wherever it is to wherever you want it, and you can't do that in a very streamlined way. So let me show you guys. It's the only thing I don't like about this game. So if I put this here, let's say I want this copper ore to be in this bottom corner. I can click and drag that. That's fine. But if I want it to be one down from that, I've got to drop it, click arrow, and then do that. And now I can't put it back in its spot at the top. So, is it a little inconvenient? Yes, but I will admit, it's if you organize your bank and you keep at least one in your bank at all times, whatever it may be. It could be you know, a piece of copper, piece of tin, whatever. Even if you're level 100 and you don't need copper and tin, I recommend having it as a placeholder. You know, you could have 1,000 in there, you could have one in there. It doesn't really matter as long as you have a placeholder that actually holds the spot, and that way you can organize your bank in a way that when you take hundreds out at a time, you don't lose that spot, because it's just a tedious mess to grab from the top of the page, put at the bottom, then scroll down all the way, grab from the top, throw it down to the bottom, scroll down all the way. When you have 270 items, that's a lot of items you got to go through. And if you have more than that, if you buy bank spots. So I highly recommend you avoid at all costs doing anything remotely unorganized to start the game. You want to be as organized as possible. Try and set yourself up so that, you know, your mining stuff's in the same section, your wood cutting stuff's in the same section, your blacksmithing stuff, your fishing stuff, make sure it's all in the same section. The only thing I will recommend for any new player is when you're starting out, it's okay to have placeholders for armor if you're killing a lot of creatures that have like crim steel armor and you want to sell it later. Having the full set of crim steel armor as placeholders is fine, because you're going to fill those spots. And instead of taking, let's say you have 10 in there, instead of taking all 10 out, only take 9, and then the next time you deposit into your bank, it's not a chaotic mess. It's the only recommendation I can give you in terms of the bank side of things, because the rest of the game is very streamlined. It's a very basic game, right? So the bank system is not going to be like a click and drag style. It's very manual intensive, but the more the population grows in this game, well, that's where more time is put into things, right? So the more you play it, the better chances are that the bank system gets better. So again, deposit that. So we have 57 of that. Honestly, I don't really care to keep the numbers the same. I'm just trying to get like about 50 bronze or 50 copper and tin to make bronze. Sorry. And that way when I go to make the bronze stuff, I can start doing the blacksmithing all at once, instead of having to do like multiple trips where I have to mine and then blacksmith and mine and blacksmith. So now another tip, just for when we get into combat, is basically combat's very click intensive or button intensive if you're playing mobile, like if you're just tapping on the screen. What I would recommend if you're playing on PC, which I do recommend because it's a lot more efficient, so try to set yourself up in a way that makes the most amount of sense for how you would play a combat game. So for me, I'm typically 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 here. This loadout bar is skills, typically. Now, that's changed because it's similar to Minecraft in that sense, where it's like, I don't have skills, so I'm going to have items. So if I click and hold 3, I can put in my tin. If I click and hold 4, I can put in tin, whatever. Now, what I would recommend is keeping it uniform. So if you have a pickaxe, axe, fishing rod, sword, I would put the sword at 1. That way, if you're ever attacked by something, you can instantly click 1, and it's the most streamlined process to get into combat. Now, if you're not doing a lot of combat, I would recommend not carrying a sword anyways, but even if you're not carrying the sword, you can still have your sword in the hotbar. So even though right now I'm carrying the axe and carrying the pickaxe, I don't need to have them in my inventory for them to stay on the hotbar. They'll stay there, and they'll kind of like gray themselves out as if I don't have them in my inventory, so I can't use them, which is totally fine. Stick with what you're comfortable with. It's a very simple game. It's not like you're going to be breaking your back in combat anyways, but when you get to bossing, it's going to be a lot more comfortable when you have your key bindings set up in a way that you enjoy. Now, for combat, now that we've gotten, what is it, 50? Is it 50? Yeah. So let me put this axe away, because, ugh. Let's go 10. Okay, so obviously that was not a normal amount, because there's 36 spots, so come here. We'll make some copper bars. Oh my god, why do I say copper bars? Bronze bars. Let's see if we can get a level. Oh yeah, we got level 2. Nice. Almost done, almost done, almost done. Okay. Now, here's where... So see, 3, 2. So to get a bronze axe, I need pine logs. So I'm not going to make that because I don't necessarily need it because I already have one. So I'm going to make more bronze bars, and then I'm going to use those bronze bars to make... Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. So 1, 2, 3. Okay, beautiful. We'll make some more bronze bars, and then hopefully we'll be level 3, and we can just make the gloves right away. We might have to make multiples of something, and then make a set. Bronze isn't really that important, because we can fight some stuff to get the gear that we need. We don't actually really need to make these, but I need to get through doing blacksmithing early levels, so that I can get to Mythin when Mythin becomes very hard to get by killing stuff. Like so. Okay, so what are we looking at level-wise here? Are we close? Oh, we're level 3. Okay. So here. Gloves. Let's make one set of gloves. We get 20 experience. Okay. Okay. So, one set of gloves. We're going to put that in our chest just to start, because we really don't care too much about what's going on here. So, ideally, like I said, it's more important for me to get the maximum amount of potential out of the bars that I have. That way I don't have to keep mining them, because I'm already level 10. And realistically, as long as I get 10 blacksmithing, that is all I need to get into the next set, or the next area of mining. Okay, so we got more bars. Let's see. What do we got here? So can we do boots? Oh, we can do boots as well. Okay. And then 6, 4, 7, 8, 5, 6 is thread. So you know what? I'm going to wait. Just in case. I'm going to see how many bronze bars I can make without getting rid of... Obviously, I'm lacking there. Okay, so I need 1, 2, 3, 4. Boom. I'm going to take all of those. Okay, now when we make the bronze bars, we're going to have to make whatever items we have, and hope like hell that we can get a couple levels from it, because ideally we get to level 10, but there's a good chance we're not getting to level 10 with what we mined, but again, not a big deal. It's level 6. So swords apparently are the best financial decision. So let's make 5 of those. Okay, so 5. Let's make a shield. Actually, yeah, and then we'll go back to making swords. So we got level 6, which means we can make one of those. Okay, so now we've got this. I'm gonna sell all these swords because I don't need them, and they're not a ton of money, like I said, but we're almost fully equipped with bronze now. So I'm not worried about bronze bars because I know I'm gonna make more within like a time frame. That's not what I want. I want this because I already made the bronze bars. So it's not a huge deal for me. Let's go 10. That's 7. That's 8. Okay, so let's go 5. See if we get close. Oh yeah, we're gonna get close. Okay. So let's make 2 more. And then we'll make the legs. And then we'll make the swords to finish it off. Because realistically, we're not going to be able to make a chest. So we'll get the legs on. And look at that, we're almost fully equipped with some bronze gear. 10. So we've doubled our cash stack, and we've added what looks to be like a decent stack of melee level 3 for gloves. Okay, so that's fine. That makes sense. So see how it's like grayed out because I don't have the axe in my inventory. So if I click and hold 3, it doesn't show it. No. What am I doing? Go back. Okay, go E. Not E. That's not what I wanted. Okay. So if I press 1, puts that. And then if I hold 3, sword got swapped. So now I can swap between 3 and 1. If I hold 1, actually if I put that on, and I hold 1, and I put the sword in 1, and then I hold that and put that there. Okay, that makes more sense. Now, do I need my pickaxe right now? Hells to the no. So it's going in there. Now these are the best things you can possibly do. Kill as many bats as you possibly can with melee, and it gives you bonus experience and potions and gold. The potions themselves sell for redonkulous money in terms of like their ability to financially fix every mistake you've ever made in your life. That's a little bit wrong, but they're definitely going to help in the long run. I don't recommend the small ones being used, if I'm being honest. They're very rarely used. And like you're going to get to a point where the small ones are stacking up in your bank and you can sell thousands at a time. So I just got an iron cap, which requires level 10. Okay, so iron is level 10 from what I can tell. Steel's level 20. Crim steel's level 30. That's what it was. That's what it was. See, the brain cells are firing now. I'm just clicking on everything because we're gonna sell all this. Like none of this stuff matters. None of this stuff matters. It's entirely just gonna be sold. Most of this loot, once I'm done this section, is going to be adding to my bank account. That's about it. None of this stuff is really worth holding on to or keeping because you're never going to kill level 1 bats again. And if you do, there's a merchant right there, so you can sell all of the stuff for a decent chunk of change at least. But like, look at this go. We're already level 5. We can put on our gloves now. Didn't even realize it. Iron. Oh, bronze cap. We can put the bronze cap on. Is it worth it? Probably not. It's not a huge deal. Really not going to affect us that much, but the novice robes are going to help for when we do mage. And we're definitely going to have to produce that orb. This is basically the way to go. Just kill a bunch of bats. So then if you open this up, you go down to this tab, it'll show you what your active task is right now. But if you go in here and you type /task, nothing comes up. But if you go back to this, it'll show you the progress for all of your active tasks. So each task is linear. So me killing these 10 bats, once it's done, goes to the next one. Especially if they're the same. Because if they're the same task, you can't get, or if you have 5 of the same task, you're not going to get 5 kills for one. That's not how the game works. It's going to do the progression for one and not the progression for the other ones. Now, does it really change that much? No. It's probably gonna minimize some time once in a while, but once you get a little higher level, you're never really having more than 2 of the same task at the same time. So it's not as important in the long term, but in the early game when level 1 bats are the only thing you can kill, it's definitely gonna affect you if you're looking at it that way, but it's not a long-term problem. Now, one thing I didn't mention is earthworms can also be picked up if you really want to. You don't have to. They're never going to go anywhere. They're going to be on the ground all the time, but in terms of fishing, look at that. We're just getting gold. Sell. Oh, sell. And then 35. So what? If I had 1,400 gold just for that stack, that tiny stack right there, sold. I just like tripled my money. What do I want to buy? Obviously, I want to buy thread because I'm gonna have to make some fishing stuff. So let's buy 100 thread. But then I'm also gonna buy. What level is this? Let's buy 100 of these as well, because magic's eventually gonna be something we have to get into, but I'm not gonna have the resources right away. Also, don't care to have the resources right away. Oh, I need to deposit all of those because I'm lazy. Yeah, so like, come here, slimes, fishing spiders. So now the tasks are getting a little bit harder. You can see, experience 220, experience 40. That's the reward difference. So like, once you get higher and higher and higher, you're gonna recognize that like bats are completely useless after probably the first 2 levels. And you'll see this guy just mowing people over with his magic. The other thing is, every 5 kills that you get, you're gonna, it's gonna show that your task has been updated. So like if I kill, I wonder if there's gonna be another one here. I want it to show it. That'd be really nice. Unless I've killed them all. Have I killed them all? That's gonna be funny. 5 on 25. Okay, so obviously the next kill maybe. Nope. There, 10 out of 25. So, on chat preview. Is it not showing the... It's not showing the chat. Probably because I'm in lone wolf mode, that would make sense. Very sad in lone wolf mode. Do I recommend picking up earthworms? Yes. You don't have to, and it's not like a mandatory requirement by any means. It's just preparing yourself for fishing later, and they're very stackable, as you can tell. You can get like a full, you can get like 200 or 300 just by walking around and picking them up as you go. They're not going to be, like, you don't need thousands of them. think you only need like a couple hundred, but even if you have, there we go, first pet right there. Hatch that pet. Let's get it. There we go, Bat Boy. Alright, Bat Boy. Fight with me. Bat Boy's fighting with me. Look at that. Nice. Oh, Iron Cap. That's what it was. So we just upgraded our gear already. Look at that. That is sick. How close are we? Kill 25 bats. Okay, so we got the bats. We got the bats. We're good. We don't need no more bats. Yeah, so that's pretty much the basic. No, I don't want that. I want that. And I want that. That can go there. Yeah, something like that for now. We'll add in the ores. We'll add in the other stuff. Because obviously I'm going to want stuff down here. So let's put that there, that there. Yeah, I'm going to need to mine more iron. Okay, so it's not too bad, but I'm going to have to do some extra work here. I'm going to have to sell all my shit. Sale, sale, sale. 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 There we go, 3,000. Got my money back. Yeah, so I'm gonna have to take out. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I'm gonna need more ores because I need to get to iron as fast as possible, and the only way to do that is by making more bronze. So we're gonna tinker away with this. Grind. Oh yeah, I gotta upgrade stuff. Straight defense. Don't even care about. Accuracy's gotta be. Was it accuracy's 20 higher than strength, I think? Accuracy matters more because if you're missing every single shot, it doesn't matter how strong you are. But there's a certain ratio. I think it's 20. It's plus 20, so accuracy has to be 20 more than strength to be efficient. But I don't think it's a science by any means. I think that was just something somebody told me while I was playing it the first time. And I don't exactly know. I don't know shit about coding, so like I don't know if coding has a part in that or if that's like something that people have tested. Maybe, I don't know, but as you can see, all these little peeps running around. Ideally, I need an iron pickaxe. I don't exactly know where to get an iron pickaxe other than to make one, so I'm going to have to kind of tinker with that. We're going to have to see. Wait, what level was I? 7. Ooh, 7. And what level's 13? So double. Oh my god, triple the experience to get to level 13. So I guess I double the experience to get to level 10. Which makes sense. So I'm going to need like two loads of copper and tin each. Yay. This is a grind. Definitely the early levels are rough. Once you get into like making money, because like these ores aren't worth anything to anyone because they're so easy to get. So like nobody really cares about these ores except this guy because I'm a legend. Unlike other games, there's really no market for like low tier stuff because they're not as grindy as some games. Like we've been playing for what? I don't know, half an hour. And I'm already outside of the level of iron. Am I not? What buttons am I clicking? Yeah, so I'm already past level 10, right? So in terms of beginner level tiered stuff, it's really not that important. So we'll have to see. We'll have to see if we can get to iron quickly, because iron is definitely going to be all of this. Basically double our stats. Double our defense, double our attack. That's a really good drink. But I think if we can get to iron, we'll call it for an episode. That's the way to do it. Every tier, it's going to take me like 6 days worth of gameplay to make episode 5. That's fine. Why did I walk away there? That was weird. I have full faith in my abilities. But yeah, in terms of resources, like, this is one of those games where you can get hooked on it, and you can play mobile. So, like, you're in the car, your girlfriend's driving, or your fake girlfriend's driving, it's actually your mom, and nobody's told you that. And, you're just there, existing, and you're like, I want to play a game with a bunch of homies. This is that game. And by a bunch of homies, I mean all your other personalities, because if you're like me, you just talk to yourself. And then you post videos about it. And then people chirp you in the comments. And guess what? That's when I cry myself to sleep. No, this is actually a decent game. It's got potential. It needs more time invested in it for sure. But, again, it's not a huge moneymaker. The microtransactions in this game are non-existent. So if I go here and I go buy, this is what I can buy. Oh, and I can buy skins with the crystals that I bought. So, you know, if I $75. Look at that. 6,200 shards. It's 75 shards to buy that fishing hat. 1,200 to buy that. Like, is it worth it? God, no. It's just a little pixel. Helm Guardian, sword. You can also buy a membership as well. I'm not entirely sure how to buy that. Recheck. We're checking your purchases. Oh, there's the members outfit. So members outfit. Boo. Loot magnet, which picks up and banks loot. Unreal. Absolutely unreal. If I click join now, $12.99 a month. Ugh. That's a lot. That is a lot. Maybe not unreal. I take that back. I take that back entirely, actually. That was not at all what I was expecting that price to be. But I can't complain, because, like, if this game actually got big for the value, I mean, I'm not one to complain about paying for a game. I've paid for many games in my lifetime. This game doesn't have $12.99 scream to it, you know? It's not like a small child in the hallway of his school pissed off at all his teachers kind of scream vibes, but it gives me little girl angry at her mom because she won't let her buy Oreos kind of scream vibes. So, like, $12.99 is expensive, but I would say if you enjoy the game and you want to support a small scale type MMO, I mean, $12.99 is really not that much a month. And if you play it as much as I do, which is like 40-ish hours a week, because if I'm playing on mobile, I can get in an hour here and there. And then when I come home, if I'm just vibing with my buddies, I could do this. Like, how easy is this? I just sit here. The experience is god awful because I'm mining low tier stuff. But, like, tell me again how this isn't simple. I can just sit here, hang out with my homie Frizzboy. I don't know why Frizzboy is standing there, but he do what he do, you know? He do what he do. And you can get pets, like Rock Fiend, bats. Eventually I'll get pets for my, 3. Okay, let's put that sword back in there. So eventually, like, you'll get, like, skilling pets. So, like, Rocky, Woodpecker, I'm not too sure what else. There's a bunch of different skilling pets, but those also benefit you in terms of mining and woodcutting and all that kind of shit. But yeah, a game, very versatile game, very up-and-coming type game. And will it get huge? Probably not. I don't expect it to be like in the upper sort of area of being massive. Like, it's definitely not a game that competes with RuneScape or WoW or Final Fantasy or any of those types of games where it's like you've got money in the development. Is I think we're looking at a game that's probably just a tinker game. You know, you play it, you have fun. There's really no money needing to be invested in it, but if you want to, you can. It's not a game that requires investment. It's also not a game where you feel like you're constantly bombarded by microtransactions. Like, if you're playing the regular base, the normal mode, sorry, not the lone wolf mode, you're 9 times out of 10 doing, oh, I got 16. 9 times out of 10 when you're in the normal mode, you're gonna see the membership thing pop up. Just click X, keep going. It's not gonna fire 40 things at you. It's not gonna tell you that you suck because you don't have the bank loot thing. It doesn't affect gameplay to have the membership that much. Realistically, if you're looking for a game that's definitely going to annoy the shit out of you, I would say this is also a game for you, because you'll get to the point where it's grindy, like really grindy, but like it's a mobile game. You can sit there and watch frickin' Netflix or whatever. Who cares what you're watching? And you could play this game. The amount of times where I'm just sitting there and I'm like, what do I want to do? I want to smelt some bars. And it's like, I can do that while watching Netflix. It's easy. And see how many steps I took to do this? Nothing. Nothing. Zero thought process. If you're fighting creatures, you might have a little more thinking, but like there's enough skills to pay the bills. And that's really all that matters. Okay, so let's see here. Let's see if we can do this. Sword's gone. So now I need to get some iron, because iron's the next... Oh, sorry, why did I come over here? I was trying to sell those. Oh my god. Mr. Potato Head. Okay, boom. Okay, so now I go down here and I get the iron. The iron's the next step. I am grabbing the earthworms. Leave me alone. Look at this. There's a chest right there. Iron. There's no more ore in this rock. Really. Okay, there we go. So we're getting iron. So we're going to need quite a bit of iron. Probably going to need, I don't know, like 4 inventories of iron to get started. But like, I'll probably do 1. And then we got to get wood cutting up, because to make the pickaxe, we need a piece of wood as well, which is going to suck. But the nice thing is, by doing wood cutting to get that wood, we're going to level up wood cutting. But we're at iron, so we'll call it quits for this episode. We'll come back and we'll get back on that grind. But as for episode 1, we've achieved little to nothing. This is a recap of the skills. Level 17, level 10, and then I haven't touched anything else. Oh yeah, I touched combat for a bit there, but I forgot to apply. That would be why. Let's do that for now. Yeah, I forgot to do that. I forgot to apply those skills. But yeah, we'll be back for episode 2.